While insurgency may be restricted to just a few states, they still have dangerous undercurrents. In a democracy, we have the right to vote, but we also have the right to protest. While we've seen in the Northeast a large number of people coming out to vote, we've also seen a large number of people coming out in protest against AFSPA, but we haven't seen large protests against extortion. India's first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, excluded the Northeast from the process of linguistic reorganization in the mid-50s. He felt it would open a Pandora's box for a remote, sensitive region like the Northeast. The assertion of identities from insurgent groups, their counter and manner of engagement by the centre has created the political landscape of the Northeast.
One policy which is not a written down policy, but that's the policy that has the government of India or any other agency has followed, is to be able to appease, the policy of appeasement. So it's when it comes to negotiating with the armed movement, policy of appeasement. When it's come to center-state relations, also policy of appeasement. If you're talking of development fund, it's also appeasement. It's not about accountability. In other places you go, there'll be an accountability.
People have become fed up, because what the movements have degenerated, they've become extortion rackets, so they've lost popular support. So unless you have popular support, sustaining a movement is not possible. Look at what happened to the Khalistani movement, for example. It lost popular support in Punjab, and that is why the duo of Byain Singh and KPS Gill were able to weed it out with the power of the state might, because it had lost popular legitimacy.
Apart from the assertion of ethnic identities, the small states of the Northeast have been generously funded by the centre. This relationship is the linchpin, providing viability and development to these states. It is paying dividends, with people asking for accountability through democratic means. Besides, the writ of the insurgents is waning.
Successive governments have pushed in a lot of money in the areas. There is development taking place. Go and look at the roads now in Arunachal. Even the road up to Nathula is brilliant. The border roads organization is really cutting hills which are, if you look at it, it looks unthinkable, and they've made roads there. So all this has led to people feeling more a sense of inclusiveness is coming in. That sense of alienation is slowly dying out. Media is growing. So it's coming closer, and therefore all these factors have led to the waning away of the insurgency.
Even though insurgency is on the wane, but still extortion is there. That's institutionalized. There is, for example, all the cadres who surrender from various insurgent outfits, because the peace process has been going on for a very long time, and several outfits are on that peace mode. They are bought off. So peace is basically purchased in the Northeast. So because there is no policy that the government of India has been able to evolve in terms of negotiating with these outfits. So in the absence of any policy, the only negotiation is about buying them off. So once they give up arms, and they don't give up all the arms, they become an institutionalized and legitimate group of extortionists.
Partly it's got to do with geopolitics. Earlier they used to get a lot of sanctuary in Bangladesh. Pakistan ISI used to fund a lot of these activities. The Jamaat-e Islami was inclined to it within Bangladesh. The geopolitics of Bangladesh has changed. We've got a friendly government there. Pakistan is facing its own problems. It does not have the it's fighting its own war. It does not have the sort of money to pump in anymore. China is not interested in that much. We've built good relations with Burma. Earlier they used to get sanctuaries in Burma with a democracy coming in. So geopolitics has one change. The other thing what's happened is, because the center realized that this is one part of India which got left behind for various reasons, so successive governments have pushed in a lot of money.
Initially they pressed for sovereignty, which they figured out was not possible, then statehood, and then greater autonomy. And if autonomy is already there in the case of, say, Boreland or other areas, they want more financial part. They want the home and finance.
This is Northeast Interface. We are looking at small states in the region. We're taking a break. Stay with us.